All right. Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to the October 5th edition of Labor Live at 5. But tonight it really is Labor Live AF because we have our Secretary Treasurer, Montserrat Garibay, with us tonight. Good morning. Good evening, Montserrat.
Hi. So good evening.
We're here. And we also have the Shiro of Harris County, Linda Morales, who's with the Gulf Coast Area Labor Federation. Linda, thank you so much for being with us tonight.
Hey, it is my honor and it is my pleasure. Thank you for the invite.
That's so great. So there is so much going on now. But before we do that, Linda, you've been toiling in these vineyards for a while. And I think most of the people from Houston know you, but a lot of folks around the state don't know the amazing work that you've been doing. So can you give us a little bit of a history of what your path was to bring you to the labor movement?
Actually, yes, it was you. I don't know if you remember, but I was at the Capitol, and you spoke to me about the position and opening in San Antonio, which was a very exciting time as President Clinton was closing the bases in San Antonio. We were hoping that we could capitalize on that through Kelly Air Force Base. So that was my first stint with the union. After that, I went to work for the sheet metal workers. I worked with SEIU. I did a stint in Puerto Rico organizing right when the laws changed that allowed for public employees to collective bargain. I was up there with a group of about 10 of us from the national AFL-CIO. Yeah. The work brought me back here to Texas. Did some work, as I said, with SEIU, then went to work for the nurses union, traveled the world with the nurses union. Back here in Houston, Texas, at the Gulf Coast Area Labor Federation.
That's awesome. Yeah, you've seen a lot and done a lot. And just it should be known, you were a fierce activist for justice before you even got involved in the labor movement. I mean, this has been your life as long as I've known you, you know?
Activism has been my life, yes.
It has. So yes. What is your job at the Gulf Coast ALF?
At the Gulf Coast Area Labor Federation, it's working with our community allies. Obviously, labor can't do it all, so we want to make sure that we bring our community partners together to help us in policy work, in changing laws and improving worker standards for our workers. Right now, I've been involved in helping our construction team through the Build Houston Better campaign. We've made progress at the city. We were able to incorporate workplace standards there, get $15 an hour for construction workers. We moved over to the county and we're able to get $15 an hour for construction workers there. We still got some work to do at the county, but with the new political landscape there, I'm confident we'll be able to do some stuff.
It's so different now, isn't it?
It is
I think of all the offices that have changed hands, the one that I think so dramatically shows that elections have consequences and can make such a direct impact on people's lives is that Harris County Commissioner's Court with Judge Hidalgo and Commissioners Ellis and Garcia.
Yes. County Judge Lena has been a staunch supporter of labor. She's not wavered in her position. She's
not scared, is she?
She's taken some tough positions and she's held to it. We're certainly grateful to Ellis and Garcia as well, because it takes 3 votes and we've got those 3 votes. And so we're very appreciative of their effort and their help with labor.
Yeah. So, today is October 5th.
Today is October the 5th, last day to.
Montserrat?
Yes, sir.
There's a sign there behind you.
Oh, you mean this one?
I do mean that one. Tell us about your sign.
Well, we have to, I'm a good teacher and it's important to document and record what's happening, right? Correct. I hear there's a big election coming up on November.
That's true.
I figure, you know what? Let's right here keep some goals and keep a direct vision, right? On what's happening. So today, October 5th is
last day to register to vote.
Right. I mean, I was trying to do a You know.
Okay, I didn't know we were the pre-K students. I thought you were just teaching. So go ahead.
Okay, well, okay.
Right.
October 5th, today is the last day to register to vote. You can do it until midnight. And all through Texas, there's been a lot of work going on to making sure people are registered to vote, right? If someone that's 18 years old and can start voting, they need to be registered. If you have moved from your home, an apartment, county, you have to register to vote, and it's really important. But I'm going back to what I was saying. We have 9 days until election day and 8 days until early voting. That's it. But
That's it.
Linda, tell us about the great work that you've been doing this weekend with LACLA.
Well, let me tell you, we had a little bit about LACLA in the history. We had elections in the early part of September. We elected a new slate of officers. Emir Hinojosa is our vice president from United Steelworkers. Ana Lopez is our secretary treasurer from OPEIU. Linda Livesey is our recording secretary from the Carpenters Union. And Jesse Fuentes is our sergeant at arms from CWA retirees. So we've had a robust get out the vote.
Who is the president?
I'm sorry, and the president is Linda Morales.
Well, I thought, it was just kind of left that out, kind of buried the lead there.
Yeah. So we have started off with an aggressive voter registration drive. We've had pop-up voter drive-through registration drives in predominantly Latino neighborhoods. And let me tell you, they have been so successful because people have stopped to ask questions. I voted 5-10 years ago. Am I still eligible? Got on the computer, looked them up, voter registration search, showed them they were still there, nothing against them, so make sure you go vote, you're still there. There was a couple of other ones that stopped by that their voter registration had been suspended, said no because they had moved and didn't put in a change of address. Got to put in a change of address, we'll do it right here. This weekend, a gentleman who works at the refinery stopped by, he said, I'm ready to vote. And he actually thought we were a polling location. And I said, no, voting will be, October the 13th through the 30th. He said, well, I get up and go to work at 5 o'clock in the morning. I get off at 7 o'clock. I'm not going to be able to make it. I said, yes, you will. October the 29th, there's going to be a 24/7 voting poll open. So please go vote. He said, oh, I'm so glad you told me. And so the beauty of these pop-ups is that they're in the neighborhood. They're in the neighborhood where people feel safe to come and ask you a question. We're Latinos, Latino to Latino. And so people just really feel safe about asking the questions. And we've registered quite a few folks to vote, and we're really proud of that program we've been running. Yeah. So the next phase, we'll go into, let's get out that Latino vote.
Yes, I think that's awesome. Yeah, we've been watching that work you've been doing, and it's so inspiring just how deep you're getting into the community and really mobilizing what's the true purpose of LACLA, the Labor Council for Latin American Advancement, which is to connect labor with the community and to connect community to labor. And you're really doing that. That's really very impressive work.
Well, it's a collective effort. It's not only our show. It's a collective effort, and so I appreciate everyone's effort in doing it.
Absolutely. And then Montserrat showed us our sign. Can you believe that it's like 8 days until this election? 8 days until this, and that's the way we're talking about it is because we're really encouraging people to get out there and get their ballot in. Vote early. Right. Vote early, vote by mail, do it early, however you're going to do it, and that, so just the election starts in 8 days. That's the way we have to look at it, because that's when people are going to be voting. That's where we got to get the word out about our labor endorsed candidates, which, you can go to our website, texasflcio.org, and you can see all of our endorsed candidates all over the state. If you have any question about who labor has screened and gone for. So, so that's cool. The voter. And do you know of places where people can still register to vote today? And if you do, if you could let us know. And then also folks in the chat, if you're aware of places in your community where people can still vote until midnight tonight, please post it in the chat. That way everybody can know. But what about with y'all, Linda? Anything you're aware of where people can register for the?
People can still drop off their ballots not their ballots, their registration cards at the Energy Stadium. The office is open out there, so they can drop them off there.
Okay,
yes.
so there'll be people there till midnight?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Very cool.
And I think one thing that is really important, right? Once tomorrow is going to be a new day. And tomorrow people really need to start thinking of their plan on how they're going to go vote in October 15th, right? Because we get so overwhelmed with everything that we're doing that we forget to make a plan. So Linda, what is your plan when early voting starts? What is your plan? Tell us.
Well, I know what my plan is. I'm going to be there October the 13th at 7:00 in the morning. I'm concerned that something may happen to me and I want to make sure that I get my vote in. So that's my plan. It's my plan my partner and I, my spouse and I will be going to vote at 7:00 in the morning. We want to get it taken care of. People that we know, we've also encouraged them to do it on that first day. To us, that is election day. Exactly. And so we got to lock in our votes first day. And I encourage all of the labor community to do that as well.
Awesome.
Rick, what is your plan to vote?
My plan, I usually vote the second day of the early voting. I trust that the Lord will keep me for one day. I mean, hopefully nothing happens to me in the one day that I wait. But I find that it's a little bit less in terms of the rush. And so, I think people have to gauge when is a safe time and when is a quiet time to get to the polls and still get it done. So my plan is to go the second day, and I'm intending to go with one of my sons to vote with me. So we'll go cast a couple votes together. What about you, Montserrat?
Oh, well, let me tell you that I am going on the second day as well. I'm taking my mask and I'm taking my hand sanitizer. Because you know what? You gotta be safe, you gotta be responsible, but most importantly, you gotta take everyone that you can, right?
That's true.
We're gonna be voting in record numbers. I tell you.
I like that. I'm gonna be wearing one of my masks. So I should have said that, but
definitely. We'll all be masked up.
There you go. Now, part of getting the word out, Linda, and one of the other things we want to talk about is the special role that women are going to play in this upcoming election effort. And I know tomorrow night I couldn't believe it. It's such this event that you're having tomorrow night is really exciting. Can you tell the folks about that one?
Absolutely. It's a 5-star cast of great women. The ALF will be hosting in the Harris County Labor Assembly, Women of Labor, a town hall meeting. As you all know, since you do work in the Capitol, we're 9 seats away from it being a pro-labor house there. We want to make sure that we do our work in getting the word out. We've got County Judge Lina Hidalgo, who will be one of our speakers, State Representative Celia Israel, who happens to be as well the chair of the House campaign caucus. We've got ours truly, Montserrat Garibay, Secretary Treasurer of the Texas AFL-CIO. We've got the Dean of the Female Legislators, State Representative Symphonia Thompson.
Wow.
And then as well, we have Martha Maddox, who's the chair of the National Women's Political Caucus Foundation. So great lineup of women. Others that are confirmed, State Rep Gina Kalani, who's in a tough race.
Yep.
That race that seat, it's a swing seat. We want to make sure that we keep it. We've got my state rep, 2B, Penny Morales Shaw, other state reps as well. State reps 2B, Akila Basie, Natalie Utardo, Janet Dunnings, and Senator to be Susan Chris. So great lineup of women.
And what are y'all going to do?
Well, we're going to talk about their plans. What are the plans for getting the vote out for the candidates? We want to hear what their message is, what's resonating in the community. And so they'll be able to give us a snapshot of that. But we're excited about it. I know that in terms of Lina Hidalgo, there's things that the county needs from the state. What are those things? We've got a full lineup of state reps. They're there. They're your audience. Let them know what you're going to need. And so we're very excited about it.
I mean, Rick, sharing is caring, right? And
Yes.
women know that, and that's one of the beautiful things about the town hall tomorrow. We're going to be sharing, and sharing is caring. But we're going to be doing some phone banking, right? Right, Linda?
Absolutely, absolutely. After the presentations, we will go into a phone bank. We want to make sure that we carry that message loud and clear to members of our union members. I've been phone banking as well, and there's a lot of people that are undecided, and these are union folks, and I'm a little shocked that they're undecided by now. Come on, let's make a decision and go with the right team.
Yeah.
But people want to hear from us.
Yeah.
They want to hear from us, and so it is our role as staff and leaders of the union to make sure that we reach out to our union members.
Yeah, one of the things you said that really struck me when you were going through the lineup of the people there, and you were talking about the policy things that they're going to be talking about that they want to get done. This isn't a game. What's at stake are real fundamental things that are going to be in people's lives. Are we going to expand Medicaid so that people in this state have access to health insurance? Mm-hmm. Are we going to allow cities and counties to take measures that really address people's standard of living with prevailing wages and labor peace and all the protective measures that the counties are trying to do? Are we going to let Governor Abbott micromanage everything from his throne on high? We got to get to people and have people understand what's at stake.
That's true.
It's the most important election of our lifetime, no lie. But people, we can't just say, well, the union's for this person, so you should vote for this person. We have to really understand what people care about and respond to that and show and demonstrate from our candidates' records what would be different if they're elected.
Right. The district that I happened to phone bank into was Congressional District 7, which is Lizzie Fletcher's area. Top, at least from the issues, was healthcare. So healthcare is important to a lot of people. Certainly, we want to have an impact in our congressional races, but the state legislature, all the issues that you mentioned, and it's such a short time that the legislature meets, every odd number of years or 5 months. They change our world in those 5 months, and people need to, that old cliche, the personal is political, the political is personal is so true. And sometimes people talk about not wanting to be in politics, or I don't want to get involved in politics, but hey, politics affects everything.
I say that the way things are is not the way things need to be. And the way we write the rules is politics. That's the way you do it. And that's where we can create a society that reflects our values. And that's a way that we can change things so that our people benefit from the government instead of are repressed by the government. And when you have those conversations, Linda, it's not just this town hall and the phone bank. You're having a whole series of phone banks and events where people can engage with their fellow union members. It's a chance to kind of to call union members and just have conversations. Can you talk a little bit about that and
down at the ALF, we're doing every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. We've got a full crew. We've got some members who are out on leave from their respective unions who are doing lots of work. And it really takes those conversations that you're talking about, Rick, because you and I and Montserrat, we're the political junkies. We like to watch the news. We like to know all about what's going on, but not everybody's like you and I, right? So it's up to us to help educate those people, and, like even recently, we were talking on our staff meeting this morning where, the CDC moratorium, a lot of people don't know about that, and they're at risk of losing their homes, their apartment homes, and don't know about the laws and what's affecting them. So it takes people like us who have the energy, who have the drive, who want to see good in our country and in our respective neighborhoods to do the work. And so I thank you all for all the work that you all do as well. I mean, you cover a bigger portion. You cover the state of Texas, and that's pretty darn big.
Well, and when you say that, if you look on the screen right now, you'll see this website, which is texasflcio.org, Labor Online. And on that, we are entering all the different volunteer opportunities across the state. So one of the things about being remote like we are is that, you don't have to live in Dallas to help out in Dallas. I see Michelle Beckley. If you want to help her get elected in Denton County, if you live in San Antonio, you can do that. All these events, we want people to go onto this website, sign up. It's really fun. Sometimes it's kind of isolating to just sit in your house and make phone calls by yourself. But when you do it with the whole group of other labor people online, or the text tools that we have to text our members, is really fun. And plus, for some of the top volunteers, that are going to be valuable prizes that you're going to get for volunteering. So encourage people to please go to texasafl-cio.org/labor online. You can sign up for all the events that Linda's talking about. You can sign up for events all over the state because, look, we have 240,000 members in the Texas AFL-CIO. We don't have the money that the other side has. But what we do have is, if we can turn out and vote, if we can turn out and volunteer, if we can turn out and connect with our community, we can make a huge difference in this state. So really encourage people to please go on that website and sign up.
That's right. We got people power, right?
That's right. We got people power.
We do have people power. So, Linda, I guess I just would ask you, so much of the work that is going on now, I mean, it's a piece of it. There's other work too, but I'm really inspired by the work, particularly around women union members, and that these are women's phone banks that you're putting together, and women's town hall. What is the special connection there for women? What is it that kind of connects women in this effort that's different, that's separate, that's exciting?
Well, I think the sisterhood, that we women are the caregivers at home. Not that men don't do that, but I think generally women have been the ones to keep the family together, to keep that unit together. And women know the issues, they live them, they deal with them every day. And so it's important that we get women to help in this cause, because women understand those issues. Women pay parity is an important issue. Education is an important issue. They're not only women's issues, they're family issues. They're issues that affect both men and women and families. Yeah. But if we can connect to the women, get them to help us, the phone bank, they know that those issues are issues that are going to stick with other women. We all live by those issues. So the effort is to just bring women out, get them to phone bank, and hopefully we'll have a successful phone bank. Hopefully tomorrow night we'll have a good crowd. We're also doing it Facebook Live for those that maybe didn't register early, but those that do want to register for the Women of Labor Town Hall, they can register at bit.ly/Women of Labor, and it'll pop up and put all your information and you'll be registered.
Is that information available on your website?
Yes, it is. Everything is on.
If they go to the Gulf Coast Area Labor Federation website, they can click on that and register right now.
That is correct. Thank you. That is correct.
I love the image of like all these union women from all over the state, like getting active and getting in and moving the people. So thank you for doing that work. And Montserrat, obviously, thank you for leading that as well. This is the shirt that going to be available for some of the key volunteers.
Yes, nice. We are super, super excited because everybody loved the pink one that we had in our summit a few years ago. And we are going to be having this awesome looking boat union. It's going to be a long sleeve, which we're super excited. And it has this RGB quote in the back where it says, "Women belong in all places where decisions are being made." Yes, 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 indeed. And yeah, women wear a lot of different hats in their unions, in their homes, and events like these are really important because we really get to, have these woman sisterhood, but also we're able to inspire other women so they can know that they have a seat at the table.
Right.
And that to me is one of the most exciting things, to be able to see women from different ages really talking and really sharing stories. But empowering each other. So I'm super excited for that, Linda.
Yes,
that's great. Yeah. So Linda,
I was just going to say, Montserrat has done some shows too that bring a lot of the younger women in. So those are the kind of women we want to target because, I'm speaking for myself, I'm a baby boomer. And so, we need to create that space for others to come to join us and to be able to do it in a safe place. And so I want to thank Montserrat and you, Rick, for always creating that space for women to be there. So thank you very much.
That's the future right there. So exciting to see. But Linda, just thank you so much for your work and your vision and your kindness and all that you bring to the labor movement. I think I've told you this many times, but I am so proud to be part of the same labor movement that you are. I feel so lifted by your presence in it. So thank you so much for all that you do. Good luck tomorrow night. I'll be watching. Men can watch, right?
No, absolutely.
Okay, I'll be watching. I'll keep quiet. I'll get,
you can talk.
No, I'll be very quiet, but I'll be watching, and we'll watch as you all said about changing this state. And we know, right, Montserrat, that when we change this state, we change this country.
That's
and
right.
when we change this country, we change the world.
That's
and
right.
that's our task in the next 29 days.
That's right. 29 days.
Let's get after it. Let's work. Let's vote. Let's register for the rest of tonight.
Yes.
Let's make some significant change in Texas this election.
Absolutely.
All right.
Remember,
thank you.
Mask up and vote. All right. Thanks, Linda. Thanks, Montse.
Thank you.
See you guys.
Bye-bye.